Dodo, and the mystery of the whispering tree. At the edge of the village lay an ancient forest, forever shrouded in a gentle mist. The villagers spoke of this forest in mysterious whispers, telling tales of the whispering tree that lived deep within its heart. They said the tree could hear wishes and whisper secrets, but only to those whose hearts were pure and filled with wonder. There was a boy named Dodo, with sparkling eyes and a vivid imagination. He too had heard these whispers and grew curious about the forest's magic. Unlike the other children in the village, Dodo was not afraid of the forest. Instead, he felt drawn to it. One spring morning, while wandering along the edge of the woods, Dodo found a strange, glittering stone on the damp earth. When he took it into his palm, the stone grew gently warm, throbbing as if a living rhythm pulsed inside it. The glow emitted by the stone drew Dodo deeper into the forest, as if pulling him by an invisible thread. With every step into the unknown, Dodo's heart raced with both excitement and an eerie curiosity. The mist danced among the trees, veiling everything in a fairy tale shroud. As he ventured deeper, the trees appeared older and more majestic. Mossy branches reached toward the sky, and the entire place was filled with the whisper of a millennia-old silence. Dodo felt that the forest was alive. It was as if every tree and every bush were eyes watching him. The glow of the stone in his hand grew brighter and brighter, finally leading Dodo to a small, misty clearing in the heart of the forest. There stood the colossal, ancient whispering tree in all its glory, its branches whispering thousands of stories in the wind. Among the tree's thick roots, Dodo encountered a tiny, moss-covered creature whose eyes shone like stars. This was the Moss Sprite, one of the oldest inhabitants of the forest and the guardian of the whispering tree. Upon seeing Dodo, the sprite was startled at first, but then a faint glimmer of hope appeared in his eyes. He spoke in a gentle yet sorrowful voice. "The magic of our tree is fading, young traveler. A special droplet called the Dewdrop of Friendship has gone missing. I cannot find it, and our tree is growing weaker while the mists grow thicker." Seeing the sprite's distress, Dodo immediately decided to help. "How can I help?" he asked. The Moss Sprite explained that the Dewdrop of Friendship was hidden within the secret shadow garden at the heart of the tree, but only a heart filled with true friendship and empathy could find the way there. Guided by the Moss Sprite, Dodo began to move through the tunnels between the tree's roots. These paths were narrow, winding passages illuminated by the dim light of glowing mushrooms. Along the way, Dodo encountered small riddles and mini-quests that tested his heart. In one spot, to pass a thorny bush on the path without hurting its spirit, he had to stroke it with compassion. In another, he had to guide a swarm of tiny fireflies that had lost their way in the dark. With every step, Dodo grasped the deeper meaning of the Moss Sprite's words. True magic lay in the kindness of his heart and his compassion for others. These tasks opened Dodo's heart even wider, showing him that friendship could be formed not only with humans, but with all creatures of nature. Finally, Dodo reached the secret shadow garden. It was a peaceful, magical place, filled with exotic plants glowing in shades of purple and blue. Right in the center of the garden, on the petal of a rare orchid flower, sat a tiny dewdrop sparkling like a diamond. The Dewdrop of Friendship. Dodo picked up the dewdrop with great care and brought it back to the Moss Sprite. The joy in the sprite's eyes was priceless. As soon as they carefully placed the dewdrop onto one of the ancient roots of the whispering tree, the tree began to tremble gently as if coming to life. The mists dissolved, and the forest took on a more vibrant, brighter color. The Moss Sprite looked at Dodo with gratitude. "Your heart is filled with true friendship, Dodo," he said. "Thanks to you, our tree is strong once more." and our forest has regained its former glory. Now we have a friend who knows the secrets of our forest and treasures it." As Dodo said goodbye to the Moss Sprite and headed back to his village, the glowing stone in his hand now felt much warmer and more familiar. He knew he would never forget the adventure he had lived in the forest that day, nor the lesson of friendship he had learned. The Whispering Tree and the Moss Sprite were now Dodo's secret and his most precious friends. For Dodo, the forest was no longer just mysterious, but a magical place filled with friendship. And Dodo had learned that true magic is hidden in a hand, extended to others, and in a shared friendship.